Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, it's Abdul Shahid again. So the next thing that we're really going to focus on, and it's actually, everyone's different. Like when you come into this transformation journey, like there are some foundations that you've got to lay. And these foundations, they will actually set you up for life. They give you like true power over your life. One of the problems that we have, that all of us have, and it's regardless of how much success you've already gained, and you know this, no one else knows this. In fact, you probably know it, and you probably dread other people finding out, because inside what we experience is this like negative state of fluctuating of mind and emotion. And this negative state of mind, even though you keep a lid on it, even though no one else sees it, even though everyone looks up to you and thinks you are the one to be followed, this negative state of mind, it actually impacts your life. And you know your potential is so much more, but you're held back by this negativity that swamps you from day to day. And we high performers, we really ambitious, hardworking people, what we find is that the thing that holds us back, and it's always the case, is the state of your mind. And a lot of people talk about this, and they talk about mindset, and you probably tried loads of mindset work, and the stuff, it works. However, it only works as a coping mechanism or as a quick fix, but the sustainable changes don't happen. And so what you really require is a mind power. Now, a powerful mind, Allah, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, kullukum ra'in, like all of you are leaders, all of you are shepherds, all of you are the people that lead from the front. Now, that includes all of you. That includes you, your spouse, like your kids. Your kids should grow up to become leaders, but they will not be able to lead unless you lead them first. You cannot lead them first unless you are willing to lead yourself first. So what I train you on in this program is to overcome the negativity, overcome the negative mind, overcome the stuff that pulls you down, and really master emotional power. And emotional power, that's the second thing. The primary thing is the power of your mind. You can take control of your life. These are things, look, I searched my whole life for this, and I studied the deen, I studied the sciences, I traveled the world looking to understand this. The science of the nafs psychology is the divine framework that we get from the Quran and Sunnah, which is a science. It's the way that a human being works. When you understand your mind, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to circumvent, overcome, and actually take control of that mind. And when you can do that, negativity, it could still be there in the world, but it doesn't impact you like it did before. In fact, the negativity is such that you can turn it around and you can shift it, and you actually feel good about it. This is the problem with negativity, that it drives you down, it gives you these low moods, and it makes you feel awful about your life. And when that happens, we get edgy, we get frustrated very quickly with the people around us, and then we get frustrated with ourselves and how we perform, and it impacts your whole life, because the state of your mind impacts how you feel, how you behave, how you sharpen your life, and really the results you create, because you know your true worth. You know what you can really do if you were to be able to just get out of that negative state of mind and stay in the positive, like possibility thinking, but more often. Like think about this, if you spent out of 7 days, just 1 day in that negativity, as opposed to 3-4 days, what would happen? What would change? How much better would your life be if you could really take charge of your mind? This is the key to life, folk. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Ala wa inna fil jasadi mudghatan. He talked about this mudgha, this piece of flesh in the body. If it is sound, your whole life is sound. Now that is the state of your mind and heart. And what we do is we take control. I train you to take control of your mind so that you stop suffering from negative bouts of, awful thinking, really. I've got different words to describe this thinking, because really, like the waswas of the shayateen, like it really is not such a big deal in comparison to the negative thinking that we have. And the negative thinking we have, like really drives our lives down, and it stops us. And here's the thing that happens, you know, like, just look at this. Look, I don't know if you can see that. That's a steering wheel. As I sit in my car and I'm thinking about this steering wheel here, like, every one of us has a steering wheel, and it's the heart. Your heart is your mind. It's what Allah teaches us about psychology in the Quran. When you understand your heart, when you understand how to control it, you'll understand why the Prophet ﷺ taught us du'as like Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, O turner of the hearts. Because if you can turn the heart in the direction that you want it, how much could you get out of your life? How much really could you achieve in your life and love it at the same time? Do you have to be working till you're dead, or could you work and love it all the way to Jannah, all the way to the bank, all the way to Jannah, all the way to the bank? And I say all the way to bank and Jannah because Jannah is in the Akhirah, but you got to experience it in the dunya. But part of that Jannah in the dunya is when you are making way to the bank. Like, we all know this. Like, you know, listen, if you love poverty, and I'm sure you don't, but if you love poverty, you're not going to like what I'm saying. But if you love to experience an amazing life, then you want to do well in your personal life, in your spiritual life, in your professional life. You want to succeed in the dunya. And so when you succeed in the dunya, you cannot fail in the akhirah. And the type of success I'm talking about is a win-win, dunya akhirah. Like, we are all up for that, but you have to have like total hold on your steering wheel. Your steering wheel is your heart. When you've got that, you're going to change your life. And this is the thing that I'm going to train you on. You can jump straight into this as soon as you join the program. And in fact, relationships, albeit it's what we're going to focus on, like, these are things that we simultaneously go over and over again, because it's not about learning it, it's about living it. It's about mastering it. It's about actually being able to do it without thinking and struggling and all of that stuff. And when you get rid of the negativity, you're going to find that you take total control. That is mind power. That is what I'm going to teach you to do, and that is what I'm going to coach you to master. It's no good you learning it, you've got to live it. And that's what we're going to do. Like, if you are ready to do this and you want to stop with all the negativity, like, join me. We are open now. We've got 4 more days. We're closing, and then you will not be able to join us again until probably next year. So anyway, I want to leave you on that. Join me. Go to themuslimlifecoach.org/live, and you're going to love this. I'll see you on the inside.